Hey folks, welcome back to Canada's Boxing Channel. I hope everyone's doing well and having a good Friday, which is when I'm making this video. I'm still on vacation, but it was important for me to get this video out. And the reason it was important is that boxing, as we know, is a business and a sport. And it's a business where quite often promises are made and not kept. How many times have we heard people say, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to look after so-and-so. Famously, some fighters have said they're going to donate their entire purses for charity. Only we find out that that was all so much BS. And there's no consequence. Nobody holds these people to account. We don't even really ask them any meaningful questions like, hey Tyson, did you ever make that donation to charity you said you were going to make? We live in a world of gelded media who don't ask those kinds of questions. So it was really heartwarming, I guess, to see a boxer who made a promise, a business promise, a money promise, and then he wrote a check. Now you might remember Chris Eubank Jr. said that because the first fight between himself and Connor Benn was cancelled because of Connor Benn's failed drug tests, he was going to provide some form of compensation to all the fighters on the proposed initial undercard who never got paid. He took a dig at Matchroom Boxing, Eddie Hearn, multi-millionaire, who didn't do anything for those fighters when the fight was cancelled between Chris Eubank Jr. and Connor Benn. And of course, all those fighters had engaged in training camps. They'd spent a lot of money. They'd incurred lots of costs. All that money was gone. And Chris Eubank Jr. said that he would donate £50,000 of his present purse to compensate those fighters. Fighters like Lyndon Arthur, Ellie Scotney, Harlem Eubank, amongst others. He has recently said that he has paid those fighters who were prepared to give him bank account details. And Ellie Scotney has confirmed that she's received the money. Apparently it works out to about £3,500 per fighter. Now that doesn't fully compensate them, but it goes a long way to offsetting some of the expenses they would have occurred. And he's the only person, he being Chris Eubank Jr., who has made such a compensatory payment, even though it wasn't his fault that the fight was originally cancelled. I wonder, will Matchroom Boxing match that payment? But perhaps more importantly, will Connor Benn, who was at fault, match that payment? I would like to think so. Though, quite frankly, if you've cheated by taking drugs to get some competitive advantage, you're probably not the kind of person who's going to honor any kind of deal to compensate people. It probably doesn't pop into your head to make such an offer in the first place. So, Chris Eubank Jr. has stood up, been a real man about this, put his money where his mouth is, or his mouth where his money is, whatever that expression is. So if I was wearing a hat, I would take my hat off to the man. Promises made, promises kept. Goes a long way in my book. And while I will not really be watching that fight, I'll still be on vacation as it happens, I will be cheering on Chris Eubank because this goes a long way with me. Forget all the other stuff. But when you make a promise and you keep your word, that's worth something to me. So well done, Chris Eubank Jr., man of his word. There we go, just a short video. Thanks very much for watching as always. Please like, please share, please subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Got some things in the hopper that are being released while I'm away, mostly historical stuff, but when things pop up, if I have a few moments, I'll try and get on to keep you guys informed. Thanks so much for watching. Cheers. Bye-bye.